So today I'm going to share with you a brilliant and simple backswing drill that anybody can do, which will give you more control and more stability over your backswing.
Perfect.
So how many times have you been watching a professional golf event and looked at these players and just thought just how simple their backswing looks and just how much in control of the golf club they look? And then you may well have gone out on the course or the practice area and you might have found that your backswing feels uncontrollable and you don't often know where the club head is and it doesn't feel as stable as what you tend to see the best players in the world do. Well, today I'm going to give you a really simple drill which is going to help you get control of the golf club much earlier, give you that stability, and ultimately that's going to help you play some better golf. So in order for us to do that, we need to kind of think a little bit about how much the club weighs and where that effective weight is. So if I just balance the club on my finger, this allows us to really see where the balance point of this golf club is, and you can see it's around about here. So when I'm swinging this golf club around my body, it weighs a certain amount, and when we start to put a bit of motion into it, it effectively feels a little bit heavier. And that weight or that feeling is kind of focused down here because that's the balance point. So where that balance point is during the backswing is really important. Get that slightly incorrect and your backswing will feel uncontrollable, it'll feel loose and not tight and stable, but we can help you out with that little drill. So when we look from the face on, there's two ways that we really lose control of the weight of the club in the backswing, and we're going to go through those two to begin with. The first one would be when we don't get the weight of the club above the hands early enough in the backswing. So this would be a club which is going to feel less stable. This is a golf club which will feel more stable. And if you're watching this just at home, or if you've got a golf club handy, just pick up a golf club and just feel the effective weight of the club in those two different positions. As I make this little movement here, the weight and the balance point out there is a long way from my hands, and I can feel a lot of weight pulling the golf club down. As soon as I set my wrist and I get the weight a little bit more above my hands, suddenly that golf club feels much lighter. And a lighter golf club is going to be much easier for you to control. So the more that we can get the weight above the hands, the more control we're going to get. The same sort of principle works from down the line. We're going to make this slightly more exaggerated, but if I was to get the weight of the golf club directly above my hands, that golf club feels pretty light. I could hold that with probably just 2 fingers. As soon as that weight starts to get a little bit more out this way, and again you can see that little offset there, that club effectively feels heavier. I struggle to hold that now in 2 fingers. So if we don't set the wrists early enough, and we don't set the angle of the golf club well enough, effectively the golf club will feel too heavy in that backswing, and that's when we really get those sensations of it doesn't feel like we've got the control, and it doesn't look like what you see on TV, which is those really simple, easy backswings. So really, it's the golfers who make these kind of movements where we really kind of struggle to get the control of the golf club. The wrists haven't set particularly well, and the angle of the golf club isn't set as well as we'd like. So 2 simple little drills, we can rectify that. All you're going to need is a tee, which you should all have, I'd hope you'd all have, and you're going to need your golf bag. So the first drill involves a golf bag, so we're going to set that up now. So this is the first little exercise I'm going to get you to do. I've got my golf bag set here. Obviously it doesn't need to be a golf bag, but it's something fairly similar. And what I'd love you to do is take an address to a golf ball, and if I just start to rotate my body away, but don't do anything with my wrists and my hands, my golf club will hit my golf bag, as you can see there. Now, just watch what happens if from that position I start to add some wrist set. The golf club will move more upwards. So I still want to be engaging my rotation, I still want to be rotating through my upper body, through my torso, through my hips and through my legs, but the little exercise here is to try and get the golf club to work up so it doesn't hit my golf bag. And what that's really encouraging me to do is get the weight of that club, which we keep talking about, and getting it working upwards above my hands much sooner in the backswing. So simple. Will take you, a couple of minutes to maybe set the golf bag into the right place, but you can see how no wrist set hits the golf bag. More wrist set will allow that club to work up before the golf bag. Now, because generally on the downswing, the golf swing is narrower, the club head is closer to you, you can hit shots this way because the golf club will be nowhere near that golf bag going back. Now, I'm on the par 3 here, I probably won't be able to make the distance that I need, but what it'll allow me to do is hit a couple little shots to really get the sensation of setting that club sooner. There's my set, and then I can turn, and then I can go through. So that's the first little exercise I'd have you do, to really engage those wrists earlier, get that club weight moving up above your hands, and that's the first way that you're going to get more control in your backswing. And the second drill just involves a very, very simple peg. Now, the golf clubs that you have should have a little hole in the end of the grip. I'm just going to pop that tee into that hole. I don't want to push it in too far because I really want quite a lot of that protruding. Now, this is really working on the down the line view, and can we get the weight of the club a little bit more above the hands? Now, we probably don't want to get the shaft vertical, because that's not really the right angle to swing the golf club on, but this is one of the reasons why you will see so many of the better players having the club a little steeper going back versus what we tend to see in the amateur game, which is the golf club working very, very flat. So the little exercise here would be just to focus during that early part of the golf swing on where that peg points. So I really want to feel like it's pointing more down towards the toe or the end of my shoe on my trail side. So as I make that little move, you can see how I'm trying to get that tee to roughly point down there. It's not an exact science, it doesn't have to be right at the end of your shoe, but what we're really trying to avoid is anything that's a little bit more like this, and you can see that the tee points well outside the ball line. So a very visual drill, and again, I would have you doing this with a little preset, so we can actually work the two together here. We can work the wrists up sooner, and the tee down to my trail foot. So as I do that, and pause, I've now got that golf club under control from the face on, and I've now got the weight of the club more above my hands from the down the line. That's really the best way for me to set that golf club in the backswing, and then really I can just worry about turning up to the top from there, and it's going to give me lots of benefits in that backswing. Like we've already said, more stability. It's going to give me more control. I'm going to find that my golf swing syncs up a little bit better. I'm probably going to feel that it's a little bit tighter and shorter at the top, but these are all things that are really, really going to help you with your golf game, because if you do have that sensation that your backswing's a little bit loose and not as controlled, these are really, really going to help you. So many of you will have seen a little preset drill where we've almost set the wrists and rotated the arms this way. I've done that before in videos. This is very similar to that, but we want that club to move a little further. So if we can start to make this little preset drill here, gain control of the golf club, I really believe that's going to benefit you if you do fall into that category that we spoke about at the start of the video. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below as always. There's a like button down there, there's a comments box down there, and I'd love you to be a subscriber to the channel if you're not already. It is absolutely free. Link in the description. There's also a clickable link over there. It would allow you to do that. I really believe these videos can help you play some better golf. Thanks for watching.